mainstream media, New York Times, NBC, Washington Post, ABC, say anything it wants and not get in trouble. Nobody will ever
punish them
for anything they do, even if it
betrays
the United States. I guess it's under the auspices of freedom of speech. Who's going to do anything to the media? The media probably got something on that particular individual or group, so in that way the media can intimidate everybody. Who's going to bitch at them? Nobody's got the balls. The media is so powerful, they're practically the fourth branch of this government. Just take a look at this.
President Bush has directed the CIA to carry out secret operations against Iran, both inside and outside that country. Against Iran.
So ABC News just blew a secret CIA covert op? Isn't that even worse than what Scooter Libby just went through? Didn't he just get in a shitload of trouble and get sentenced to jail, although commuted by the president, who felt the need to jump in at that point? But isn't Scooter Libby still paying a bunch of fines and being punished in other ways? No telling how much Scooter Libby had to spend on attorneys. I heard it was like $3 million or something. He probably had to raise that money. He probably didn't have it himself. But ABC News just gets to tell everybody what's going on, including the Iranians, and nothing's going to happen to them.
The U.S. has had many confrontations with Iran over its nuclear program and its influence in Iraq. But this operation is aimed directly at weakening the Iranian regime.
Warning to Iran, we will begin conducting covert black ops designed to destabilize your government. So it's underway, and it's a big fat secret.
Investigative correspondent Brian Ross is here with the story. Brian?
Always trust good old Brian Ross to keep a secret, huh?
Current and former intelligence officials tell ABC News that the CIA has received secret presidential approval to mount what is...
Didn't he just say secret?
...known as a black or covert operation to destabilize the Iranian regime, and that it is now underway.
CIA received secret presidential approval.
Damn it, man.
The officials say President Bush gave his approval with the formal signing of a presidential finding, a secret document that authorized the CIA to act against Iran.
Officials are telling Brian Ross about a secret document.
Any action, lethal or non-lethal, that is U.S. government sponsored, but the U.S. government is hiding its sponsorship, requires an intelligence finding.
Ladies and gentlemen, good old Dick Clark consulted for his 2 cents. Ladies and gentlemen.
Intelligence officials described the CIA's Iranian plan as non-lethal, involving a coordinated campaign of propaganda broadcasts.
Salam alaikum, good evening, and thank you for tuning in to Radio Free Tehran. Salam alaikum, my friends, one and all, even women too. We may listen to this station with hope that we will one day be free from the hands of the crazy-ass mullahs and Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. And we want to wake up this spirit of freedom in people everywhere in Iran. And maybe we can make some money selling the Americans gas too, no?
Of negative newspaper articles and the manipulation of Iran's currency and international banking transactions, all playing to perceived vulnerabilities in Iran.
So it's underway, and it's a big fat secret.
according to former Assistant Secretary of Defense Peter Rudd.
I think economically vulnerable. I think there's ferment in the country. I suspect there are a lot of people among intellectuals, among students, even in political life, who really don't like this clerical regime.
So the Iranian people are desperate to be rescued from their fanatical regime. I'd buy that. Let's go. But a lot of American people, they just say that, sure, that's what we heard about Iraq. Although they don't realize it doesn't matter. We have to fight Iran. We just plain don't have to.
Officials say the CIA plan takes the place of proposed U.S. military action against Iran, reportedly advocated by Vice President Cheney.
Cheney's like had enough of the bullshit, man. He's ready to go on in there. He's feeling a certain amount of urgency, I suspect, because of the fact that we're liable to have a regime change of our own here come November of 2008. So, Cheney is the mean bastard who wants to attack Iran, but nobody else wants to. They just want to spy on him and send people into Iran and then tell Iran via ABC News that they've been sent in, and then they get arrested.
I think that they've come to the conclusion a military strike has more downsides than upsides.
Until 6 months ago, Bruce Riedel was a senior CIA official dealing with Iran and the region.
Until 6 months ago, when Riedel decided to tell ABC News about this black ops.
The CIA covert plan that says it fits in with overall U.S. policy.
I can't confirm or deny whether such a program exists or whether the President has signed it, but it would be consistent with an overall American approach of trying to find ways of putting pressure on the regime. And this regime is extremely paranoid.
They probably figure we're spying on them, so we tell them, yeah, we're spying on you. And that's just gonna scare them right into wanting to be friends? Will they just be good and just sell us lots of oil? Stop financing terrorism? Will they stop being such crazy Muslims? Starting to like Israel? Will they get out of the nuclear business? For peaceful or wartime purposes? Stop screwing us up in Iraq? Stop making all those IEDs. You better make friends with Israel and us, or else we're gonna spy on you.
Officials in Iran have already accused the CIA of running a secret operation.
They're paranoid.
To bring down the regime. As ABC News reported last month, the U.S. has been secretly encouraging a Pakistan-based militant group which has carried out a series of attacks on Iranian military units.
So, ABC News blew a bunch of Pakis cover that were secretly conducting operations against Iran. And that must have worked real good, so well in fact that now they're deciding to blow America's cover. Whose side ABC's on?
The region knows that there is a proxy war already afoot, and this covert action is now being escalated by the new U.S. directive, and that can very quickly lead to Iranian retaliation, and a cycle of escalation can follow.
Okay, the Pakistanis were in Iran already, and now it is being escalated by American spies crawling through the country. What do you make of all this? Why such a big deal? And the one guy, Scooter Libby, almost goes to jail for 2.5 years and spends all kinds of money defending himself in court and has to pay fines, ends up losing his job. On the other hand, why does ABC report that the CIA is doing some mass operation with many agents? And even worse, why are they able to cover Scooter Libby's story for years and act like it's such a big deal, and then one night they announce some big ass giant spy op like it ain't no big deal? I would like to receive responses from you. What do you think about this? What's your take? What do you think's going on? See ya.